Hello everyone, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School. Myself Swati Jayant Kokate. Today I am going to again explain you SST, that is Social Science Geography lesson number 1, Environment. Students, already we have gone through the textual part, but let us make the lesson more interactive by seeing these videos. Let us go to the videos.
Students, we often use the word environment in different contexts. But do you know what do we mean by environment? The sum of all living and non-living things that surround an organism or a group of organisms is called environment. There are three main components of environment: the natural environment, the human-made environment, and the human environment. The natural environment consists of all living and non-living things that occur naturally. It includes lithosphere, which consists of land, hydrosphere, which consists of water, atmosphere, which consists of air, and biosphere, which consists of living things, that is, plants and animals. Natural environment refers to both biotic as well as abiotic conditions existing on the earth. The biotic component of natural environment includes all the living organisms like plants and animals, while the abiotic component includes all the non-living elements like land, air, water, etc. Human beings interact with the environment and modify it according to their need. Human-made environment consists of things created by man. It includes buildings, bridges, roads, industries, parks, monuments, etc. The human environment consists of all the external factors and conditions in which we live: individual, family, community, religion, education, economic situation, and political situation.
So students, it was very clear. We have gone through natural environment. In that we have seen biotic as well as abiotic. Then we have seen through components of environment. Now let us see the next video and understand it.
Spheres of the earth. Lithosphere. The lithosphere is the solid, rocky crust covering the entire planet. This crust is inorganic and is composed of minerals. It covers the entire surface of the earth from the top of the Mount Everest to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Hydrosphere. The hydrosphere is composed of all the water on or near the earth. This includes the oceans, rivers, lakes, and even the moisture in the air. Atmosphere. The atmosphere is the thin layer of the air that surrounds our planet. Most of our atmosphere is located close to the surface of the earth, where it is the densest. The gravitational pull of the earth holds the atmosphere around it. Biosphere. Biosphere is the living world. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water, and air interact with each other to support life.
So students, now we have seen through domains of natural environment. In that we have seen lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere as well as biosphere. These are very important domains of natural environment. Let us see what is ecosystem now.
The biosphere is the biological component of Earth systems. Which also include the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. In the Earth, lithosphere includes the crust and the uppermost mantle, which constitute the hard and rigid outer layer of the planet. The crust is inorganic and is composed of minerals like copper, gold, and quartz. A hydrosphere describes the combined mass of water found on or near the Earth's surface of the planet. It includes oceans, rivers, lakes, etc. The Earth's atmosphere is the layer of air or gases surrounding the Earth. Most of the atmosphere is close to the Earth's surface where it is dense. The gravitational pull of the Earth holds the atmosphere around it. So the biosphere is simply the living world. It is the narrow zone of the Earth where land, water and air interact with each other to support life.
So we have seen that what is biosphere? It is constituted by all the living organisms, that is plants as well as animals. Also we can call it as living world, and it is a narrow zone of earth where land, water and air interact for supporting their lives. So let us see the next video now.
A forest is a large area of land covered by a thick growth of trees and other vegetation. Forest is a habitat of many animals, plants, birds, few shrubs and dense ground cover of grasses and herbs. In a very dense forest, sun is barely visible through the tree canopy, making the forest dark from inside. Whereas low-density forest, forming open habitats with plenty of sunlight and limited shade, forms woodland. Variations in the types of trees, plants and animals are found due to different climatic conditions in these forests. Forests are home to numerous varieties of life forms and are considered as biodiversity hotspots. Forest provides food, water and shelter to the animals living in it. In nature, trees produce enough seeds and forest floor provides favorable conditions for their germination and growth. This ensures continuous regeneration of trees in the forest. Several birds and other animals also feed on these seedlings. Some birds also feed on insects and other small creatures present in the forest floor. Forest floor is covered with layers of dead and decaying leaves, fruits, seeds, twigs, and small herbs. Tiny insects, ants, beetles, and many microorganisms that live in the soil convert them into dark-colored humus. The presence of decomposers ensures release of nutrients present in dead organisms into the soil. Saprophytic fungi, like mushrooms, are one of the decomposers commonly found in forest. Forest trees serve as green lungs due to their capacity to provide oxygen for animal respiration and also maintain balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Trees provide necessary water holding capacity to the soil, preventing drought. At the same time, forest trees also help to maintain the water table and steady flow of water into the streams throughout the year. They are the source of medicinal plants, timber, and many other useful products. Although human dependency on forest resources varies, but any form of human intervention should be minimized to conserve its biodiversity.
So, we have come to know that the relation between the living organisms as well as the relation between the organisms and their surrounding form an ecosystem. In other words, we can say that it is a system which is formed by the physical and chemical reactions or interactions of living and non-living organisms. They are connected by the transfer of energy and material. Ecosystem can be a huge or a large rainforest, it may be grasslands, deserts, oceans, mountains, and also it can be a small lake or pond. So, it can be a small thing as well as large. Let us see the next video.
Are enough resources going to be left for our future generation to use? And will the environment be left as it is today? Have you ever thought about these issues? Let's see how we can help our environment to sustain. Environment, economy, and society are interdependent on each other. Since increasing development is putting great pressure on the environment, what we needed is sustainable development. As defined by the Brundtland Commission, sustainable development meets the need of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs.
So, let us see the next video.
Are enough resources going to be left for our future generation to use? And will the environment be left as it is today? Have you ever thought about these issues? Let's see how we can help our environment to sustain. Environment, economy, and society are interdependent on each other. Since increasing development is putting great pressure on the environment, what we needed is sustainable development. As defined by the Brundtland Commission, sustainable development meets the need of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. Sustainable development aims at decreasing absolute poverty by minimizing resource depletion, minimizing environmental degradation, minimizing social instability, and minimizing cultural disruption. It is thus a development that meets the basic needs and secure livelihood of all. The present generation should promote development which should be compatible with conservation of natural resources, preservation of regenerative capacity of the world's natural ecological system, and reduction in the imposition of added costs or risks on future generations. Sustainable development can be achieved by following few steps such as controlling pollution, controlling population, reducing depletion rate, efficient technological progress, and reducing rate of extraction of resources. Let's discuss strategies for sustainable development. Use of non-conventional sources of energy. As we know, India is such a country which is dependent on hydro and thermal energy to fulfill its basic needs. But both of these impose adverse effects on environment. Therefore, these should be replaced with wind energy and solar energy, which are comparatively cheaper and cleaner forms of energy. LPG in rural areas. In our villages, we are still using wood, dung cake and biomass as a fuel. Burning of these fuels causes air pollution. So, to overcome this problem, subsidized LPG is being provided, which is a cleaner fuel. This helps in reducing deforestation, wastage of cattle dung, and air pollution. Solar energy through photovoltaic cells. We have been using sun's energy from billions of years. It lights our days and dries our clothes. Do you know, with the help of photovoltaic cells, solar energy can be converted into electric energy? Yes, it is a cheaper way of producing electricity and free from pollution. CNG. CNG is also a clean fuel. It is used as a fuel in public transport and helps in lowering the air pollution. Wind energy. Have you ever seen windmill in a large farm? It is also used to generate electricity. It is again a clean and cheap fuel. Mini hydel plants. You will find many small streams of water running down the mountains. Mini hydel plant uses the energy of these streams to move small turbines to produce electricity. They generate enough energy to meet the local demands. Traditional knowledge and practices. India has a variety of plants having medicinal properties. Although we drifted away from the traditional systems, but old systems like Unani and Ayurvedic are in demand again. These products are not only environment friendly, but they are also free from any side effects and chemical processing. Biocomposting. You must be knowing that during the last 5 decades, use of fertilizers has led to increased agricultural production. But excessive use of fertilizers have adversely affected the land and contaminated the water bodies. With increasing population, demand for irrigation has gone up. Therefore, farmers have again started using compost made from organic wastes, cattle dung, etc. Composting is a cheaper method and do not cause harm to plant's root. Biopest control. With increasing population, the use of chemical pesticides has been increased for more yields. Excessive use of pesticides for higher yield causes adverse effects on food products, soil, and water bodies. To overcome these effects, pesticides based on plant products are being promoted. Mixed cropping and growing different crops in consecutive years on same land have also helped farmers. In addition to this, awareness is increasingly spreading about birds and animals which help in pest control. Hence, we can say that sustainable development is needed for balancing the fulfillment of human needs with the protection of the natural environment.
So, here we can come to the conclusion that both human and environment, they are interrelated on each other. They depend upon each other. So, there should be a perfect balance between natural and human environment. Also, human beings should use these environment things or environment in a very sustainable and harmonious way. Let us again recapitulate the lesson, children. Let me remind you, or let me recapitulate that from where or from which word has the environment been, from which word it has come? Yes, it is a French word which means neighborhood, and it has come from the word environner. Okay, fine. Then again we have seen the components of environment. We have seen components of environment. In that we have seen natural, human made, and then again we have seen human. In natural we have seen air, water, land and living things. And in human made we have seen the things which human has made, like buildings, parks, bridges, industries, school buildings, monuments, etc. And in human we have seen individual, family, community, society or religion, educational, economic, political situations. Then in natural environment, the subtopic in natural environment, we have seen it comprises of land, water, plants and animals. In that we have seen two factors of natural environment, that is biotic and abiotic. Biotic we can say that it is a living organisms. Biotic is the world of living organisms in very simple way. And what are the examples of it? Examples are plants, animals, human beings, etc. Then we have seen abiotic. Abiotic is the world of non-living things. What are non-living things? Like for example, pen, book, pencil, fan, table, etc. Then we have seen the domains of natural environment. And domain means an area of knowledge or area of natural environment. In that we have seen lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. We have seen all these four domains, that is area of natural environment in detail. Also we have seen the videos of it. Then we have gone to ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Do you remember? Ecosystem is the relation between the living organism as well as the relation between organisms and the surrounding. These form an ecosystem. In other words or in other way we can say that it is a system which is formed by the physical and chemical interaction of living and non-living organisms. They are connected by the transfer of energy and materials. Ecosystem can be a huge or large, as we have studied. It may be of rainforest, grasslands, deserts, oceans or mountains. Also it can be small as lakes, or ponds. Then also we have seen human environment. In human environment, we have seen that human beings interact. Interact means whether they talk or whether they have interaction with each other. They interact means as per their wants, as per their needs, to make themselves comfortable. They make the use and they adapt the things as per their needs. They modify it, we can say they modify it. This modified environment is called as human environment. Modification in the environment does not take place instantly. So, within a second or within a minute or within some hours, it does not take place. It takes too much time for modification of the things. Early humans were adapted the things as it is because their natural surroundings or they were not that much, their needs were very few and they were led a very simple life. With the passage of time, the needs increased and human learned new ways to use and change the environment. Growing crops, domestication of animals and many more things he had learned. Then human learned to he wanted a settled life. So, he learned to lead a settled life. Wheel was invented. Then surplus food was also grown. Then what should be done with this food, crops? He learned to store it also. Then also we have seen barter system in this. How he changed or how he exchanged the things for things. Means here money did not takes place. The exchange was for goods. Then also there emerged trade. Also commerce was also developed. Industrial revolution took place, and what was the effect of industrial revolution? The production was in a very large scale. Then transportation, because of the invention of wheel, transportation also became very faster as well as very easier. Then information revolution made communication easier, speedier, and also it went across the whole world. Like this, we can say that human environment also changed, and here we can understand that both human as well as environment, they are dependent, they are interrelated or they are interdependent on each other. So, there should be a perfect balance. A perfect balance is necessary between natural and human environment. Human being must learn to live and use this environment in a sustainable and harmonious way. So, go through the words which I have given. Also, just remember of the homework I have given in the first lecture of this lesson, environment, and read the lesson carefully. Thank you.